Hi everyone, it's Raquel with Ask Me HR, and in this video, I'm going to talk to you about signs that you should be aware of when it's time to say bye-bye to your job. Yes, quit your job, hang it up, say farewell, or whatever you want to call it. Quitting a job is a major decision, especially if you have worked somewhere for a long time. It is definitely not a decision to take lightly and without a clear thought process. You may be making the wrong choice. So today, I'm going to help you decide if quitting is the right thing to do at this point, or if you should just stay put. Stay tuned to the end because I'm going to share with you a tool that you can use to confirm that decision. Let's jump right into it. Start with identifying what is prompting you to quit your job. Is it multiple factors or just one thing? Unfortunately, many times I see good, hardworking employees quit their job because of one person. Most of the time, it is their manager. I am sure that you've heard the saying that people quit their managers way before they quit their jobs. This is so true. This exact same thing happened to me early in my career. I had a manager that was unbearable. She was a micromanager in every sense of the way. My work style and her leadership style just did not jive at all. I tried to make it work for months until I just had enough. The unfortunate thing is that I loved my job and the company. Everything was great except that one person. And it just happened to be that she was my manager. And like I said, that's the common reason why people leave good jobs. You know what? I look back on that situation and I always say I wish I had not let one person take me away from a job that I loved and my blooming career. It was just one person. But because I felt that there was no way to fix the situation, I just felt that I had to leave. So really think if it is worth leaving your job because of one thing or one person. See if there's any way to fix the issue, especially if you really love your job. You should definitely not stay in a toxic environment, or if you're not being recognized for your hard work, or you're not growing in your career. Now, if there are multiple reasons why you're thinking about leaving, I understand. Maybe the work is getting boring, or it's not fulfilling anymore, or you're not being recognized, or there's no growth potential, then it's definitely worth looking elsewhere because life is too short to be wasting time, hours every day doing something that you're not happy with. Before I move on to my next point, please hit the thumbs up button below to support my channel. Hitting that button tells YouTube that people are actually responding well to my video so that my channel can continue to grow. So I appreciate the support in advance. Another common reason that you may potentially be wanting to quit your job is because you're getting bored with the work that you have been doing for years. This is especially true if you're in a job where you complete the same tasks every day. There are many people that are wired in a way that this type of work works for them and they don't get bored easily, and that is okay. On the other hand, there are employees that need to be stimulated with new projects at work, and that may be you. You need to change things up ever so often. You want to feel a sense of accomplishment on a regular basis, and if you're waking up every morning, dragging to work, and then while you're at work, you spend most of your day looking at the time, then more than likely you're bored with what you're doing. This brings me to my third point. You should be learning something every day, whether at home, in your personal life, or at work. For most people, if you're not learning, life may become a drag. This is especially true in the workplace. Think about the last skill that you've learned, whether that be your manager teaching you something new, if you attended a training, or you're just learning something new from a customer, or even about yourself. If you're not stimulated, you will get bored and complacent. And for many employees, that is not a long-term plan. Now, just because you are not learning anything new, it doesn't mean that you should just go right out and quit your job. Maybe before you make the final decision to leave, you can talk to your manager about professional growth opportunities. If that conversation doesn't go well with your manager, it may be a good sign that it's time to call it quits. Another sign that it's time to leave your job is that you have really just stopped caring about your job. Like you really just don't care anymore. This is called quiet quitting, and it has been talked about a lot in the news and articles lately. Quiet quitting means that you stay at your job and you just do the bare minimum. You are just doing enough to get by every day and nothing extra. Basically doing enough so that you don't get fired. Also, another sign is that you are at work, but mentally you're just somewhere else. This is especially true after the pandemic in 2020 because many people used that time to start businesses, side hustles, and just spending quality time with family. They now understand what's more important, and if your job is not offering the work-life balance and it's not fulfilling you or contributing to your personal growth, it may be time to leave. If you feel like you're giving more than you're getting, it may be time for a change. So like I said at the beginning of this video, leaving your job is not an easy decision and it should not be taken lightly. If you're serious about your career, you should put some thought into this decision. One of the things that I would like you to think about is if leaving your job will create a career setback for you. So is your job that you're at now part of a plan in your career? Is it part of your 5-year plan? For example, maybe this is your second job, and when you started this job, you wanted to stay at this job for 5 years so that you can show some job stability on your resume. Or maybe you joined this company because they're using a particular software that you wanted to learn more about and get some experience in, and you really haven't fully learned it yet. So in those cases, maybe you want to stay a little longer, maybe another year or two. Maybe what you're going through is not bad enough and you can bear it for another year. So what you'll essentially be doing is making that sacrifice for a long-term career plan. So what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is to think about the big picture when it comes to your career before deciding to quit your job. Another factor that you need to consider before quitting is what happens next. What is your plan after you leave? In most cases, like 98% of the time, I will tell my clients never to quit a job unless you have another one lined up or you have another plan financially. Do not think that you're going to rely on mom or dad or friends to help you financially because that can get really old quick. Start putting your resume out there and applying for positions. If you're not getting any callbacks or really good prospects at this time, you may want to pull the plug on quitting so fast. If you do have another job lined up, congrats to you. Now it is time to tell your current job that you're leaving. You want to do that professionally and with class. Be sure you're subscribed to this channel with all the notifications turned on because next week I'll be releasing a video on how to quit your job professionally and you don't want to miss that. So I talked about quitting your job if you have issues with your manager, someone else, or you're bored or not learning anything new, etc. But my last point is that you really need to make the decision for yourself and don't let anyone try to make the decision for you. Not mom, not dad, not a coworker who may be disgruntled. It is your decision. However, if the job that you're in is toxic and having an effect on your mental health, then it's definitely time to leave. Nothing is more important than a healthy you. If after watching this video, you still need confirmation or help making your decision, take the quiz on my website, Should I Quit My Job? I have provided the link to the quiz in the description box below, and it will really help you to make that decision. I hope this video was helpful to you. For more career tips, click on the playlist here, and any questions, leave them in the comment box. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.